WCTE Upper Cumberland PBS serves a wide rural area of Middle Tennessee and the Upper Cumberland. 25, 30 counties we reach out to touch the lives of those people, often isolated communities who may only receive WCTE. We take to them programming, PBS programming, but also we go out into the schools through our Head Start programs. We go out with Football Fridays where we talk to high school kids at their football games about what's important to them. We're out there making a difference in the lives of these rural children. We're out there talking to teachers, doing teacher training. We're taking out programs like Road Trip Nation, taking out PBS Kids. We take out characters to those schools, Peg plus Cat. We take Clifford and sometimes even Elmo. We get education out into the rural areas of Middle Tennessee and the Upper Cumberland, part of Tennessee that really needs to be touched, to be helped, and to be shown the way to success in education. Hey, it's Lee Ray with WCTE Upper Cumberland PBS and with the WCTE American Graduate Project. We're going across the Upper Cumberland to hear stories of our high school kids telling us what's important to them in life, where they're going, and the challenges they've overcome. And tonight we're at York Institute getting ready for a football game, talking to some students and talking to some teachers. Listen to some of their stories. It's going to touch your heart.
My favorite thing about York Institute is probably the amount of school spirit that all of our students have.
As a freshman and now being a senior, it's made me who I am today. I've grew up and I've matured a whole lot all these 4 years, and without York, I wouldn't be who I am.
One of my favorite things about going to York is the fact that it's a small school, so all of the teachers really have a more personal interest in your well-being.
My favorite thing about going here is probably the uplifting spirit you get when you walk in, because when you go to big schools, you don't really have that, so the small town school does that, so it's pretty cool.
As a senior, me looking back through all 4 years, junior year has to be the most difficult year. With all the schoolwork and including family, parents splitting up and everything, junior year was most troubling, but every day I look to God to let Him lead me and get me through the day.
Normally if I wake up and I'm just not really feeling like going to school and being like an actual person that day, typically just turn on some really upbeat music, kind of get ready to something that makes me feel better, and just take the time to try to reflect positively on it instead of dwelling on the negatives.
I've had one big setback in my life. 6 years ago I was in a coma for 17 days at UT Hospital. I lost brain tissue. When I got back to school my 5th grade year, everyone was real supportive, helped me if anything I needed. I caught on pretty quick, always have. Just got my grades back up, and I've been an honor student ever since. I got valedictorian my 8th grade year, and I'm in the lead for a valedictorian my junior year in high school.
I suffer a very rare impediment, and I don't let anything people say about it bring me down, because why? I have gotten used to it over the years, and somehow it's the impediment that makes me stand out from them, right from everyone else.
I know at our school, if there's one thing that unites our faculty, it's that compassion for students. We don't want them to be struggling. You can't teach the mind if the body is in turmoil, and we're not going to let somebody sit in a classroom if we know they're in need. We're going to take care of that first.
Just this week I had a student that started MTSU just this week, and he's in a computer class, and he called me and he thanked me for the things that we did in class, because he felt like he was really prepared and actually finished his assignment quicker than was expected, and he just was so excited about that. So it's just those little comments that I get from past students that sometimes during the day it doesn't feel like it's going to make a difference, but in the end it really does.
Be yourself. Have courage, because if you don't try and be yourself, you are not going to get anywhere in life. You have to show everyone how different you are, how unique you are. No matter what life throws at them, you can handle it.
P-A-R-T-Y, party up at YIP. A-R-T-Y.
absolutely love being at a small school. I have such a great relationship with all my kids. It's really nice to walk down the hall and every single face I see, I know their name, I know something about them. You know, I can have a conversation with them. The other thing that I love about Monterey is that our faculty and our staff, we're a family. We support each other, we're there for each other. If one of us is having a bad day, we do whatever we can to support one another, and I just don't think you get that kind of family relationship anywhere else. You know, I've been at some bigger schools, and there's just no place like Monterey. It's really become like a second home to me.